ไม่เคยได้ถามอาจจะยังไม่รู้แต่ถ้าถามครูและคุณจะรู้จะเข้าใจอาจไม่เคยได้ถามหรืออาจจะยังไม่เห็นสิ่งที่ครูเป็นก็อยากให้คุณได้เข้าใจ
ครับ Good evening teacher ครับ Welcome to the show ถ้าถามครูนะ or ครูไทย Dialogue the program which gives teacher opportunity to talk exchange and sometimes gossip on issues and questions which no one has ever asked us before with me ครูบวยกระดับปิยติครับ I will be the host for this episode and our episode 3 to 12 are special episodes which broadcast right before the new semester start on the theme how to teach and survive from last year. In each episode, we invite teachers from the same field and teaching subjects to talk and share about their teaching in the new normal era from last year. And today, we are in episode 10, which is, of course, for foreign language teachers to talk and share. And what's special for this episode is we will conduct the whole thing in English. So it's a good chance for us to share things using English language. And we have two lovely moderators who will lead our conversation today. Let me introduce them. First ครับอาจารย์คุณครูหมูดำอาจารย์เชนพันธษา from Chulalongkorn University Demonstration School สวัสดีครับอาจารย์เชน
สวัสดีครับ
ครับ and the other one ครับครูนัทอาจารย์ณภัสวรรณศรีสำอาง from ประสานมิตร Demonstration School ครับสวัสดีครับครูนัท
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ so seems like all of you can't wait to share right so let's get started
okay and thank you Kru Boy so much นะครับ and good evening to all the teachers here again
and good evening
Good evening ครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ Good evening ค่ะ everyone so nice to see you all and to hear from you all today
how are you guys doing okay okay so I would like to say that we're so happy to be here in this special episode of ถ้าถามครูนะ for foreign language teachers and we're so glad to welcome all the foreign language teachers here who are willing to share their practical and innovative ideas from last year's experience and so as we know that we all have learned and experienced teaching in a so-called new normal setting due to COVID-19 pandemic which we thought we had enough time to prepare, but actually everything was quite way farther than that. And I'm sure that many teachers in different area settings have tried their best to find the most effective methods to deal with such challenging situations in their particular context. And well, before we move on to the next talking session, let's do a quick survey just to see which grades teachers here are teaching and what subjects or what languages you are teaching. And I would like to start the poll here. And I think you can see the small window in front of you. Can you see it?
Yeah, clearly.
Okay, so there are two questions. What grades are you teaching? And you can choose multiple choices. And the next one is what subject are you teaching? The language that you are teaching at your school.
Right, and also I'm now looking into YouTube channel. There are 8 people watching. So if you're watching live from Facebook or from YouTube, please join us by text and say hi and tell me what grade you are teaching. Feel free to be involved in our conversation.
Hello to the audience from YouTube and
Hello.
Facebook fan page. Okay, now let's take a look at the result, Kru Nut. Okay, so we can see that most of teachers here with us, they're teaching M1 to M3.
Yeah, lower secondary, right?
And mostly they are teaching English. Okay, I see. So may I end the poll just now and share the results to the others? So here are just the preliminary results from our poll. Most of us here are teaching lower secondary level, and most of us now are teaching English. And maybe the fellow teachers who are coming might teach other languages. And if you teach like subjects, for example, Chinese or Japanese or other languages, please tell us as well. Maybe we can share and discuss from your ideas. No? And I think this is a good opportunity for us to listen and share different ideas that are truly from the real classrooms by the real frontliners now.
All right, so again, this episode is made for all teachers who are working as frontliners, as Ajahn Kru Moodam said. And this is the space for you to come and talk and share with others. Kru Moodam and I are here just because we are the facilitator of the conversation, but the stage is yours. So we would like to hear from you. What have you experienced in the past year? What have you done in classes and how you enjoyed those experiences?
So please feel free to share with us. And so the first part of our talk will be about how to redesign your lessons or any adjustments that you have made in the past year. And any teachers who would like to share or discuss, may please raise your hand. And before start sharing, you may like introduce your school context and the language that you teach level. Correct. And you can see here, we are sharing the slides, so you can see like the topics. Okay. So if anyone here is ready or just want to share some ideas, you can like come up and talk about your past experience from your class.
Okay. Let me start. I think I am the senior here, but I would like to share it because I think I enjoy online teaching, but the reason why I joined this session, this group today, because I just want to know more about how can I just make my teachings more effective and more interesting. I'd like to know how to engage the students into the English class more. Luckily, I have a very good students last semester, which is good, but the new coming, the new students for the coming years is more challenging because I will have to teach about 100 students more, which I don't know how can I engage them with the online teaching, because the school will start in the 1st of June with online. And hopefully this your sessions will help me find out the way to do it effectively. Thank you in advance. I am from Badin 3 school, Navaminthara Chinutit Badin Decha school. I teach Mathayom 4, 5, 6.
Oh, so
high school. Last year you didn't teach online at all, right?
Online, Ajahn, also use online. I use Google Classroom, and mostly I use the Google Meet with them.
I see.
Thank you.
Okay. So are there any teachers who would like to share like the innovations or ideas that you guys have done in the past year?
Kru Shayne raised his hand.
Okay, Kru Shayne.
So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Shayne Saisen from Kajana Pisek Jalai School. For the past year, I was first lost about like teaching in the new normal. I was stuck with the word online. But the thing is, to do the new normal, redesign the new plan of teaching. It's not only about the online, thanks to Ajahn Jutharat, because I took a short, what can we call, like the short course about the new redesign. So I have learned that it's not about the online things. There are so many ways. Like, for example, today I have to go to the post office to send out the school books to my students. That's because of, let me explain the background of my school. My school is Kanchanabhisek Jaraswasni School. The thing is that different from the other school is my school have a dormitory. Like some student has to stay in the school. That means not every student live around the school. Some students live like in the Nakhon Si Thammarat or the other provinces. And some of the part of the area is not that like well developed. Some are rural area which the connection is not stable, so they cannot actually do the online like face-to-face online session. So we have to redesign the course into the different one. First is according to our educational minister, they encourage the students to learn it to the, what can we call, like the TV, the program on air. Yeah, we call it on air. Yeah, we call it on air. So the thing is, I have to watch the video like at the same time or before. The student has to watch it, so I know what they teach, and I have to come up with some activities or works to do it. That's the first way. And the other way is I renew like what we usually do right now, which is online classes. Like we create the Google Classroom and we do it like a face-to-face, like through the Zoom meeting or the Google Meet and stuff. Yeah, that's what we know like about it. So the thing is that I would like to mention it, that don't get stuck with the word online, because not everyone like capable of doing the online session. So please do something. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think that's a good point from teacher Shayne, teacher Shayne นะครับอาจารย์
Can we dig a little bit deeper? So you've been using the on air as the main mode of teaching, right? Last year.
I actually have three ways to do it: the on air, the online, and like what you call on demand or something.
Yeah.
Like we send the learning material, like workbook or activities to the post office, so they can get it. And
they call it on hand.
Yeah,
for
on
the
hand.
learning package.
And we communicated, and I communicated with the student through the line, because they can sometimes use line. They're not like 100% all of the signal. They can sometimes do it, but just like face-to-face online thing, it's not like it's not suitable for them, for all of them. So I have to do like different way. Yeah, that's challenging.
So the same class, you have to provide different kinds of support to the students in the same class.
Yes.
Interesting. Any other similar experience with the variety of modes?
Not just only online, right, teacher?
Let's check. For me,
your internet is not so good.
Is this better now?
Yeah. Yes.
So sorry, it's going to rain, I think, in my area. For me, the difficulty is in my school. There's a policy that at the beginning of the semester when the COVID came, they have like half of the students come to school, and the other half stay at home, and they learn the same thing at the same time. Like they need to join my class at the same time. I don't know how can we call it this kind of class,
The
and
hybrid
I'm
class,
not sure
maybe?
that hybrid.
Hybrid, is it?
I don't know, hybrid chimera thing, or I don't know. Yeah, but we mix things up, and I found it difficult for teacher and student to learn in that style of learning, because I need to take care of the student in my class, and at the same time, student online also are also joining my class. So I solve the problem by like make a video clip or a PowerPoint presentation and attach it somewhere so student can learn it, because I think the good thing about learning online using the internet is student can learn anytime, anywhere. So it would be good for us to like provide them a place for them to learn when they are ready. So when it comes to online, I like I avoid using real time online thing in my class. I try to use the thing like a video clip or PowerPoint presentation. The student can learn at any time more. But in some, because we are teaching English, we need to provide students some opportunity to practice their communication skills, right? So it is still important for us to find some way to let students practice. And I use Zoom's breakout room, and I found it work. And I discovered that students are more confident when they are separated in smaller group, and then they can talk with their friend, like not more than 4 people in one group, and then I like move to visit them. I think it's better. And sometimes it was surprising that when students learn online, sometimes they were more confident to speak more than like in real class. I'm not sure what is the reason. Maybe when they close the camera, they they have somewhere to hide, and they like maybe a little bit more confident to speak. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
This
right. I agree.
This is what I want to say. Yep.
They were more awake than they were in the real classroom when they were online.
Yep.
Yeah, that happened to my classes.
Me too.
That's interesting. They're more awake
Yeah,
in the class.
they actually slept in my class.
I don't know if they are using some robot program.
Yeah, are you sure? Those are the real ones.
Maybe they are in comfort zone.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah, they don't feel threatened by us, right, as much as in the real class.
Not only us, but by their friends,
Their friends.
also.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I think I can see like a good point from the Kru Boy from using like breakout room, right? So any teachers here have used the function of breakout rooms from Zoom before? And do you find like the same results, like the good results from using the breakout function? Because can I like reflect from my experience like using the breakout room? Because I find like it's quite good from my class, because students are more confident to talk with their friends, but sometimes they just stay quiet. At the first time when they used this method, they just stay quiet because they didn't know what to do.
What to do? Yeah.
Yes, just separate into the rooms and then stay blank, and then start talking something like outside of the content. And then so I had to like provide the materials or like the dialogue script, and then they feel more confident and then feel more engaged to talk with students with their friends. Yeah, so I think that I quite agree with this a Zoom breakout room mode.
For
Yeah.
me,
This is-
I just assign. Oh, อาจารย์ครับ you first.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, ครับผมครับ for me, I just assign them some tasks first before split them into breakout room. Like maybe just ask them to do some survey in that group in 5 people. What's your favorite, for example, food? And then they need to talk. They need to talk with some script or some specific function, and then they need to do some presentation to present what they have learned, like from the survey, from the what they asked their friend, and then they need to present it after that. But we need to visit them to be sure that they speak English. They really spoke English in that room. Because sometimes they just chat, they just speak in Thai to complete the task. So we need to monitor them. And it's fine because sometimes we just without telling them before, and they just speak something funny, embarrassing.
I see. Thank you so much, Kru Boy. And how about other teachers? I feel like Kun Kru Samashaya, would you like to like say something?
Okay, so can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
let
of
me
course.
introduce myself. My name is Samashaya, or you can call me Opo. I'm from Benjamara Chutit Jantaburi School. Yeah, from like online teaching in the last year, I learned a lot from like how to prepare the class and the lesson for my students. My school is the same as Pibuai. At the first, we separate the student into 2 groups. Group A come to school and Group B study online at home. So I found that it's quite difficult for teacher that if they have to teach like online, like teach in the classroom and online like at the same time is quite difficult. So I decided to separate like I prepare like the video clip like for grammar lesson for the online group. Yeah, but at the school I decide to teach them about reading skill and listening skill. Yeah, something like that. And I record my video clip to explain about grammar structure and make the answer key for them via video clip. Yeah, but I learned a lot like from the activity that many people share in the Facebook. So I create many games for the teacher for each lesson. Like, can you have you ever heard like Ting Link? It's like in that class I want to teach them about the vocabulary, about the like the equipment in the kitchen. So I put one picture with the equipment in the kitchen, and I can create like I don't know how to say it. It's like เป็นรูปแล้วก็ใส่เป็นคำศัพท์เอาไว้ได้อะค่ะใช่ I found the one picture and I put them the vocabulary in each picture, and I can add like the sound from the native speaker to in the picture. Yeah, and I can send this link to my student and they can learn by themselves. By click on the picture and it will show the pronunciation and the
And the
definition
spelling.
of, and the spelling and the definition of that word. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Can you
And
tell us the name of the program again?
Tingling, THINGLINK, I guess. Let me check again.
Think and
Think
link.
and then link.
Right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
THINGLINK.com.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Ting
I
link.
Tingling.
and I found that the students love this activity because they can learn by themselves anytime. Yeah,
So
and
can we then say that you pretty much have like two separate lesson plans? One lesson
Yeah.
plan for the one who comes to the class, and then the other one is a totally separate topic.
yeah.
I don't know
So-
if it's the same for boys' case or not. He also prepared video, but not sure whether it's on the same lesson. Any other teachers who had to also teach in this way when you had half of the students with you in the class and then the other half studying online? Kru May or Kru Atitayapa, what was your Karate or anyone else has this similar experience?
For
Yes,
me,
teacher.
it's for a hybrid. It's just short time to spread student, but finally the school decision decided to be online course for the whole semester.
I see. Okay.
But
So you
during
didn't
on
really
the
have to
hybrid,
fight.
during on the hybrid, I think it's very confused for the teacher because we need to focus on for the student that in class. At the same time, we need to focus the student in online. So but it's what for my school, it's two like team teaching. So we have the foreigner teacher and also Thai teacher into two people in the same class. So we spread one to like to teach in class and one to take care in online course, online section, right? But I think it's quite confused, right? And also the feedback from the student in at home, they feedback that teacher like focus at in class more than online classes. They feel like that. They feel like it's like not close to the teacher.
Right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I kind of saw like Kru Tarate would like to like
something?
turn on his microphone just a bit.
I just wanted to share my experience. Like, I think like it's similar to many teachers here. At the very first, all classes moved to online, right? And in the middle, like we changed to split classes on site and online. And after that, we came to online when the situation was getting worse. So I think it's quite confusing, as teacher may say it, right? Because some teachers, didn't have prepare a lot of things, and for me, I try to like bite the bullet and like did very best for students. So I have searched for many materials and many tools and platforms to engage students when they learn online or on site. So as you know, that students love to learn, to come to school, because they think like they can learn better when they learn in the classroom, when they see their classmates, when they speak, when they talk, when they interact in the classroom. So in the online, they are quite quiet. They didn't have confidence to speak. So I try to ask them frequently, and they responded one by one. And I applied some games in the online mode, so I can make sure that I can engage them in learning. And at the end of the lessons, okay, and
at the end of each lesson, I put some, games or like the quizzes to check their understandings. So I think both online and on-site have, drawbacks and advantages. It depends on our, plan and try to manage well in both modes. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Krab. Okay. Are there any teachers who would like to share what you have just done from the past year, like in your class, how you adjust your activities, how you deliver exercises or any games in both online mode or offline mode?
Okay, I would like to share for last year teaching. Okay, normally for my for our school, students they need to submit in the project in the end of the semester. They need to submit the project because every semester we have set up the theme, and the end of semester they need to submit the big work like the project. For this for last semester they need to submit the PowerPoint presentation one by one. So means for a student need to present in English by PowerPoint, but I changed to be family project. Means earlier we planned for individual project, but I think for COVID they need to work with their family. So I bring this situation to would like them to encourage them to work with their parents at home. So for last year I did is a family. So we changed to be that we call family project. So they did very well. For example, one family, they did the project by the rap song. They rap with the mom. So the mom come to present and rap with the student. At the same time, I just observe, they engage and work together and work. It's good collaborative together, and also it's good relationship from student and their parents during they study at home. Because normally the parents they complain, every day student they need to learn online for whole day. But finally I find the situation just short activity for them that they work together and help support together. Finally they did very well for that we call family project. Okay.
That's very interesting. Kru May I ask what level do you teach?
M1
M1, right?
Yeah, grade
second
7.
level. I see.
So yeah, in that project, as May, what skill or what are the outcomes that you were assessing?
Exactly, is that conversation because speaking, and we add more. We link with another team, HW Health and Wellbeing department that we call, and we evaluate and we bring the score to them too, because it's they work together with family. So one score it's help for another department. It's integrate department, right?
That's nice.
Thank you.
Any
And
other integration project? Yeah, this is
Right.
one thing that we talk about during the new normal teaching is that the students shouldn't be given too many assignments, right? So integration is one approach. So any other examples from other schools for integrated projects? When the student only do one task or one project, but many teachers, get to grade the project together. Yes, Prao.
Teacher Prao would like to say something.
I wanted to say something when you said, because grading together, I didn't grade it with other subjects, but I did something which was kind of integration with English and art. So during the time last year when COVID came, I taught in M4, and the school didn't want us to to give too much work for the students and don't want them to be in front of the screen for too long. So what I did was I asked them to find one artwork that they like online or anything, or they can even draw one, and then they have to dress up or even draw or do whatever that what do you call it, to imitate that picture. And at the end, they will have to come up and describe and talk about it. So it was quite interesting, and I actually posted online on my Instagram account. And one of the picture got 400 likes. It's actually a project that a lot of schools have been doing together. If you go on a hashtag, it's called, the thing is I don't remember, but there is a hashtag that you can go in, and then there's a lot of stuff like that, like people imitating arts. Yeah, it was really fun. But I didn't create it with other subjects, just for them to have fun away from the screen.
Yeah, but this could be something that for the next year that you can probably collaborate with the art teachers also, right?
Not really, because at my school, the students choose to learn. So arts also have their own arts. So we call it Pak Bai, which means like afternoon subjects. So students can choose to go to sports, art, or music. So in one class, not everyone gets to study art. It depends on their interests.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. But I still can collaborate with math or science anyway, so I'll think about that.
Okay, thank you, Kru Pal, so much. Yeah, Kru Nut.
Moodam first,
Okay, we have heard like several ideas from teachers who are teaching at the secondary level. May I hear some like experience from teachers who are teaching at the primary level? Who are teaching P1 to P6?
I think Ajahn Sakamun would be the nice one to start.
Kru Letครับ
Hello everyone. So I teach P1 grade 1 to grade 6. Actually last year I didn't really have problem about teaching online. I mean, I didn't teach online that much because in our province we don't have that much problem about COVID. But I have prepared with the parents as the level that I taught last year is primary school, primary level. So it's almost impossible to do with grade 1 to grade 3. So I plan to do with parents, and works so well because the parents can help me along the way to the outcome that I set for the object. For example, I asked the parents to help me play with their kids, like P1, play with the clay to check if their kids knows all the letter and can pronounce all the letter. I also taught parents how to teach English as well. So as I had tried this before, so this semester I have started to do the online teaching already, but instead of teach my students, I teach the parents of my student, because for this moment, the bad situation of COVID in my province as well. And also about the project, I've done one project that I work with other areas, which is computer and arts. I let the student make sandwich, and then I asked because I'm not good at computer stuff. So I asked the computer teacher to help me teach my student how to create their video presentation. And some of the students that they don't like, they don't want to present by using video presentation. I let them choose by drawing picture and present like face to face to me. That's it.
That sounds interesting ครับผม
All right, so shall we move to the next question?
Yes,
As
Kru Nut.
Ajahn Montagan mentioned at the beginning of the session that you would like to learn more about engagement in the classes. And this is my question. What are some techniques or activities what did you use to engage the students in your learning? How to boost their motivation during the online learning? The second slide, please. Any other like games, other techniques, online platforms you are using to help your student to be more engaged, to be more involved?
It could be like any strategies or any tips that you have done.
Or some ways to get your students to talk, to turn on their camera?
Because maybe like some Ajahn Atithayapha would like to share something.
Yes,
Go
good
ahead,
evening, everyone. I'm Atithayapha. I might say that I teach in a boys' school, so it's all boy students. So since I am a female teacher, last semester I dress up. Sometimes I wear the wig, like green one, red one, headband, something like that. And even if it's a boys' school, but some of my students also dressed up when they saw me dress up, right? So, and I use some material like the bell, something like that. But I cannot be like the DJ. But when the student opened their camera, I saw some of my students like they were like the DJ, that table, microphone, something like that. So I asked them, okay, oh, your material so great. Can you just show us any music or something like that? So just let them involve at the beginning of the class, right? And I use the game, the boy like the competition. So I use the game like Game Kids, even if Kahoot, something like that, right? The student love it a lot. So I use like 5 minutes or 10 minutes to play with them. This is what I try to let them involve and engage. And for my platform in my school, we use like 2 main platforms, which is Google Classroom and also the Zoom. So the student can choose whether they want to learn via the Zoom or Google Meet. It depends on them, right? And I also allow them to hand in some works, like, many opportunities, many channels. Some students can turn in Google Classroom, but some students cannot. So I allow them to, okay, just took the picture and then send me. And then since some of them had limitation on the material, right?
Right. That's a great way of getting students' attention. I guess Kru Moodam really likes that.
I have to admit that I I dressed up sometimes last year.
Right.
I dressed as a cook.
And I'm sure that they love it and they enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, but it's quite difficult for me because when I like dress as a cook and played it like quite big, and then the next class students quite expect me to go beyond than that.
So so that letting them do something that they don't usually get to do at school, and they can change back to the normal clothes more easily. Any other teachers? You can just click, raise your hand, and
ครูธราเทพเหรอ
Okay.
Okay.
Can I share a bit? Okay. For my own strategy, I didn't disrupt and I didn't, like, I'm not quite an entertainer. So I use like simple strategies that I've learned. I was trained in Singapore last year, and I gained a lot of, beneficial strategies when teaching English, especially listening and speaking classes. Last semester, I taught English for listening and speaking for M1 students. And I found that some strategies are quite useful. When I start each lesson, I ask them to to elicit their background knowledge to the topic. For example, what do you think about this? For example, when I taught about like conversation at the shop, I just start with the question like, what do you usually buy at the shop, for example? So students are motivated to answer, because that's not a right or wrong answer. It's a free answer. So they answers, share their answers, share their opinions very well. And before I let them to listen or watch a video, I ask them again, like, to predict about the video or what they might listen about the content, so they can share their opinions freely. And at the end of the lesson, I did like the feedback session, or like not the evaluation one, but give them feedback, like very easy feedback. For example, to give the score for themselves. For example, 1 to 10, like how much do you understand this lesson, or what do you think like is difficult thing in this lesson, or what do you think that what is the easy part, or what can you do well in this lesson, for example. So try to post the questions that students can answer freely opinion. So I think like this way we can motivate and engage students in the learning very well. Thank you.
Right, so give them some questions that they know they're able to answer to maybe boost their energy, enthusiasm, something. I also would like to share something about this, because I'm doing trivia questions at the beginning of the class, like giving them 5 to 7 questions about general knowledge or news. For example, who sang at Joe Biden's inauguration? Lady Gaga, because there must be students who are interested in these things. So just to get them to speak something before the actual classes begin. Any other teachers with the idea? Kru Shayne ค่ะ Yes? Your microphone, please.
Please mute.
Sorry. Okay, let me share what I did the last semester. I think the most important period is the first one, because you can make some rules that we both, the teacher and the student, agree on. Like, for example, for my classes, I know that like for online session, especially the first period, like it started at 8:20, and staying in the bed is the most thing that the student would like to do it. So I'm kind of lenient. I made some rule that they agree on that. Okay, you can lie down, you can be on your bed, you can even have like snacks or food, but please keep the camera on so I can see what you were doing in this class. And they agree with the rule, because they think like it's comfort. They admitted that, oh, I haven't brushed my teeth yet, but okay, I'm studying with you, so that's fine. That's fine, totally fine to me. And the other thing is, it's kind of like the Taratev said, I get everyone to speak at least first sentences along within my class, and every class they have to do it. Like for example, for the reading classes, I get everyone to read like at least one sentences, so everyone can take turn. They feel like, oh yeah, they're in the class, they are part of the community. They not feel that like they left out. Especially for the, let's say, not that kind of best student, they have a chance to speak up, to say something, to answer some question. So it's like kind of boost their confidence also. Yeah, that's what I do to engage and encourage my students to learn through the new normal era.
Right, to make them more comfortable studying. Okay, any other teachers?
I would like to share something. I may not have any strategies or any techniques to motivate the students, but I've learned that this platform of learning helps some groups of the students. I think in our classroom, in the on-site face-to-face classroom, there will be a group of students who always feel uncomfortable having the teachers walking around them, and that stop them from practicing or performing or producing the language. But even in this platform, Zoom, for example, even though we can see each other very closely, but literally we are very far, and it makes them feel safe somehow to dare to produce the language in front of their teachers. And I find that at first I was not okay having the students turning off or stopping the video during the class, but I've also observed that some of them could produce the language very well when they are sure that the teachers cannot see their faces.
Oh.
They feel more comfortable to produce the language in that circumstances. I don't know. So for me, back to the very beginning, I was lucky and fortunate to attain the workshop run by the Faculty of Education at the very beginning of COVID. And one thing that I learned is that the goals that we need to achieve is the learning outcomes. Right, this is something that we need to to cope with, in as well as what we need to what do we see? We need to find a way to serve the students' learning conditions. So in this case, I've learned that it might be the teacher's condition that we cannot see the students, we cannot get in touch, we may lose the human touch with the students or something. But on the other hand, the students may not feel this way, and it turns out to be something useful, something nice for the students to create their own learning space with the teachers. So I'm not saying that this would be perfect fit with all students, but this is my observation. Thank you.
Actually, can I just follow up on this a little bit? You know, in Thailand, we don't really have any, can I say, rules regarding, you know, the camera on and off, right? Mm-hmm. In some countries, the rules could be, or the policies could be, that we cannot ask the students to turn on the camera at all,
right? Just
to protect their privacy. So, you know, we might not be able to like really force the students to turn on or off camera, right? So that might be one thing which is the challenge. But can we still, you know, teach without seeing them? So I think that's the challenge for us to address. I have observed one class in another country though, but the policy was that all students have to have their camera off. But it was, a perfect interactive class. The students were still, interact with the teacher with no problem, even though the camera was off, like for the whole session. So I actually would like to invite for the other teachers who are now have their camera off to, send your voices. Right? So you don't need to turn your camera on, but, please share with us. We have maybe 10 to 15 minutes left. Jan Bom has a question from YouTube, right?
How about we look into the school's context first? Are there any teachers who are teaching at school that students are not well equipped with electronic devices?
ครูเขมหรือเปล่าครับครูเขม Yeah, please. Can you turn on the microphone first?
I'm teacher Rasmi from Surin. So I would like to share my experience. My student here, they couldn't get through the internet. Like some students they have, but some students doesn't. So for me, I solved this problem by using YouTube channel, or sometimes I have Facebook group, and then I post some my video clip or my assignment for them, and let them learn if they access the internet. And sometimes they can submit their work at Google Classroom, or even at my Line, my Facebook. I don't care what platform, but I just want them to learn. Or I couldn't accept, like, okay, you have to turn on camera on, every student should turn on the camera. I couldn't say like that because some students doesn't have, and sometimes in my area we cannot say like, okay, at very early you can get ready and then learn online, because sometimes some students have to help their parents work. So the best way, we just like, okay, make appointment together with, okay, this class we will start at this time and then we end with this time, something like that. So that is the best way for us to help students learn. Without some time they doesn't have internet. Yeah, put them on YouTube channel, put them on Facebook. I have Facebook group that's for learning online, or share some my PowerPoint, my worksheet, or my presentation on my private Facebook group. Yeah, this can help my students a lot, and let my students practice their, like, for example, they have to write some for my writing lesson. I let them write about my ambition, like that.
So they write my ambition, and then they have to like present it by reading or make like a video clip, something like just let them do. Yeah, that's my way. Thank you.
Very interesting ครับ
So that's like sharing offline documents or video clips so that they can study on their own pace.
Yes, like that. But not like almost offline, but sometimes we make appointment with some student and then let them like have participate on with a camera on sometimes. But you know, some student doesn't have they don't have like internet, but they like use a bicycle or motorbike from their house to another village and then learn together. This can help because I live like it's not a big city, a small school. So this the best way for help my student learn English.
All right, so gathering in a small group, and
yeah,
crowded. It's not crowded. Maybe it's not that risky. Maybe.
No. Like only 2 or 3 students were together because they live in the same village or the same district, something like that.
Okay, ค่ะ thank you ค่ะอาจารย์ Any other teachers? That's a nice school's website.
Very cool. And I saw Ajahn Atithiyapha raise her hand just a bit, right? Would you like to share something with us?
At that time, since teacher Tharathep mentioned about like express opinion, so I came up with one platform, which is Padlet. I think this, I think this one also like effective and very useful, especially for my M5 student. I let them like type the opinion or any answer when I ask them the question. I think it real time and the student love it. I used to try like let them type their answer in the box, but you know, when many students type in and then it will scroll up. But if I use Padlet, it right there, everyone see the real expression, the real question, the real answer. So when student add up the answer and other will try to add up. So I think it's a good like platform to stimulate the student on like sharing their opinion, right? Padlet, right?
Thank you, Prasad. I quite agree with that platform, the Padlet. I have used like once, twice in my class, and it quite worked very well.
Moodam, how about we are moving on to the next question, maybe?
Yes, of course. Since we have heard experiences and ideas from how to redesign lessons and how to engage students, so I would like the teachers here to talk about like what opportunities you could see from this new normal situation. Maybe you can like see some opportunities or some good chances to try new things or plan some doing some new activities in the next upcoming semester. What opportunities have you seen in this new learning in the new normal? Any like teachers would like to share some like future plans?
Looking at the bright side.
Look at the bright side, at the tunnel. Can I start from my Kru Boy? Kru Boy would like to share something.
Okay. Talking about the bright side. ทัวร์ไม่ลงใช่ไหม Okay. Okay. For me, the good thing that from this situation, I think I can learn and I can learn some of new program that I have never thought of using it before. Even like it appeared for a long time ago, but I haven't learned to use it. For example, Google Classroom, Zoom, or like a Classcraft thing. Yes, I haven't thought about it because from in normal situation, I think what I have is enough for my class and my student. I can just use what I have done and that's enough. My student can learn, but in the situation in the pandemic, I need to adjust my teaching. So I need to learn new thing and something works. And even when I went back to on-site normal class, I still use those programs that I learned during the pandemic. That's the good thing for me. Thanks.
Thank you, Kru Boy. Any other teachers who would like to share some opportunities that you would like to do? Can I? Kru Mei would like to. Kru Mei ครับ
My opportunity for a new normal, it's like change my teaching style, because if we don't have the COVID, so we just teaching the old style, like because every year teaching M1, so I use the old materials, teaching material. So now I just like change myself and change my class, and also we find a way to engage students, also including with the parents, because I think parents, it's like big support for us because we work with parents. It's easy way if some student is quite hard. Sometimes they leave the meeting or they absent all the way, so we can just contact the parents and work with them and engage to make them engage the class and come back to the class. So I think it's changing myself and changing my class.
Right. So the world is changing. So as our learning and teaching, any other teachers?
ครูเล็กครับ
So for me, I think I agree with Boy and May that it's our opportunity to improve ourselves with using technology, especially me. I'm not good at technology, but when I have to use it, so I try because my goal or my priority is my students. So I have to do my best. So it's the opportunity to improve myself. Another thing is I have opportunity to work with my team because I have a team of teachers that work together. So sometimes if you prepare some lesson alone, it might not go well as much as we want. So sometimes I have this time I have about few like 4 or 5 times meeting with my team already to talk about the topic of teaching and how will we teach and what technology or apps that we're going to use. Sometimes my friend suggests me about the apps and I suggest them about teaching techniques or some teaching tips to my friend. So we get a good practice. I can't say best practice. We get a good practice for our team. And another thing that I found from last semester when I actually during the class time I didn't do online teaching, but I just do like extra class with my student at school. I ask the volunteer or the student who wants to study with me after class, or sometimes that I assign some work with them to them, and then I let them stay online and talk with me about the problem or show me the process of working. They show it freely and they dare to show and they are not stressed about talking online. So from that situation, I can see that some of the students that they are really quiet at school, but when they have opportunity to talk with me one by one or with only their close group, they show their ability. And I have learned that, sometimes I can't use, actually we've known that we shouldn't assess student only one way, but when we face with the real situation, I found out that to provide different type of assessment for the student, it's good for them as well, and it's good for us to find to find what they have really learned from us, and that can be the background to improve our teaching in the future. Thank you.
I would like to share something, but I will make it quick. In the past, I got invited from universities in other provinces to become a part-time teacher, teaching them. So I see this as from my perspective, I got more opportunities to teach in so many places, not only in the country, but maybe in other countries as well. On the other hand, from the students' perspectives, I think it's an opportunity for the Thai learners of us to have better access of better quality education. They may use the internet as as a way to connect them with a lot of good teachers for them to experience with. I think this is my perspective ครับ
คุณครูสมัชยาครับ
Yes, from this situation, I feel that I can understand student more because it's the opportunity to change my role to the student again, to learn new things that makes me understand the student to their feeling to learn new things. Yeah, and I feel like if the more I try harder, I feel like the student know how hard the teacher try to create the classroom. It made me feel very happy that after they learn with me in the online class, the feedback from them is, "Oh, teacher, I'm looking forward to seeing you at the school soon."
So your hard work pays off.
Yeah. So, and many materials, lots of material that I create online, I can use them in at the school too. So it's very useful to create new things to the students because they used to they get used to in the technology now for the students today, so they like the activity online. So this is a good opportunity for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Any other teachers who would like to share any opportunities or prospect plans in the future? คุณครูธราเทพครับ
I would like to share briefly. Okay. As many teachers had shared that they understood students better, right? So I would like to share about the students too, because in my perspective, I discovered the powerful potential that I hadn't seen in them in the class. Some of them were passive learners in classroom, while online they transform themselves into active learners. Yeah. So I think that many factors affecting this is because maybe they are comfortable to learn online when they don't, or they are not pressured with classmates' eyes, or maybe in the climate in the classroom, it's more pressure than online. So they were able to speak, they were able to share opinions, they were free to learn. So I think that is quite a bright side for me because I know a lot of students more when while I didn't learn from them in the classroom. And after classes, most of them chatted me in line or in Facebook Messenger and asked many questions that they didn't understand, and they asked about how to do this task, what are the assignments, blah blah blah. So I think we can learn from the students more when we teach online. Yeah.
Thank you, อาจารย์ธราเทพครับ Yeah, we can see that we can see many opportunities and the bright side of this new normal setting. Any other teachers?
And then one more question, if you would like to ask this as well, to answer this as well. So what do you plan to do in the upcoming semester? Any teachers who would like to share? Any plans? Something fun? Something new?
Any activities or any platforms or applications you guys would like to try?
Share.
And then go to share.
อาจารย์ครูเชนค่ะครูเชน
Okay. The thing that I will do for this semester is doing what it works good for the last semester, and the thing that I will try this semester is to record my teaching to be the recorded lesson and upload it on YouTube. Since this semester, my school encourage the student to encourage the teachers and the school provide the teacher with a facility, like they buy the new camera and they have a clean screen and stuff. So yeah, since they encourage us to do it, I will do it and I'll share it on the school YouTube channel and send it to the student to be then on demand. They can learn it when they want. Thank you.
Right. Anything else?
Or maybe it can be like the activities or the things that you guys have done from the past year and you might continue doing again in this semester.
Actually, it's something that I planned to do, but I didn't quite I didn't have the time to do it, but I got inspired from one of us here, a Facebook post, not or maybe Pai, you did some kind of a online English camp. Was that right?
English.
And on online English camps, and since the situation may be continue for quite a while, I'm thinking about designing an online English camp so that we can provide more opportunities for our learners to learn English through new kinds of activities. Then, if you like, maybe we can work together in a cup.
Oh, okay, ka. Like an alternative to the actual classroom. That's like fun.
That sounds fun, yes. Any other teachers who would like to share any ideas?
I would like to
Can I ask something a little bit more?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Since Pibandit has talked about the English camp,
yes,
this year I'm going to do I have to mention it before. For the past few years, my school have doing like an international, not that much, but invited the school from Malaysia and Indonesia to our school to doing like the English kind of like science English project, which we working together with the science department, but they have to do it in English. And since the COVID came, we cannot do it last semester. So this year we're going to do it online. We have planned about it. So after this class, we can share about the activity, like I have like an online speech competition and some like storytelling and stuff. So yeah, people did have talked about. So I kind of like, yeah, it's cool.
Actually, I'm having quite a similar idea. At Chulalongkorn University, we have a project working with CMIO. We call it C's teacher. We grant scholarship for pre-service teachers to practice teaching in ASEAN countries, but with COVID situation, they cannot go anymore. So we are planning to team them up, the English major students and with one content area major pre-service teacher. So they need to team up, then they need to construct a lesson plan, teaching science in English, teaching math in English. And then we are going to start an online class with our partners, schools and universities in ASEAN countries. This is something we are going to do as well. And thank you for making me believe that it's possible. Maybe we can work together then. Thanks.
Yes, please.
Sure.
And Kru Nut, were you going to say something?
Oh, I would like to share about our activity that I am doing now. So can I share my screen? So can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this one is external
Wow.
course. It's not including in my English course, but it's like external. I think I would like to do because I am very feel like I'm very lonely when I stay at home. So I think the student too, they need to meet and need to communicate. So I make like TikTok. So I invite foreigner teacher and me, including with me. So every Wednesday. Oh, sorry. Yeah, every Wednesday. So we have appointment time to like invite M1 student that they are interested to join. So they come with to play game to talk. Yeah, like that. So this is something that I did. That I am doing now.
Seems like a fun activity for M1.
Yes. So I think due to our time limit, I think we would like to close the program now. So I want to say that we thank you so much to all the guest speakers and the fellow teachers here for engaging in today's dialogue. And we really appreciate the sharing and discussions that we have today. And I hope the audience in our Facebook page, ถ้าถามครูณ and from the YouTube Live can benefit a lot from our discussion as well. ครูณ ครับ
So thank you so much for sharing with us your experiences and some techniques, some activities. And I hope you will enjoy this coming semester. And again, thank you for all the hard work you have done and will do for your students. And let's keep fighting together.
Thank you.
Okay. That is such a precious time for us to learn and exchange our experience during the pandemic. I'm sure that what we have done from last year, we can talk and share until at least midnight. But that's bad that we can't do that, like because of limited time. So and because we know that your experiences are precious, we want you to share more, but this time in papers. If you are interested, please write your experiences from teaching at that time and send us. We can talk about that in detail later. If you are interested, please follow us in our Facebook page, and we will update this project to you. And we really want you to share with us, to write the things with us, like to record this history together. And thank you everyone to joining us today, from our moderator, everyone in the conference, and all the audiences who watch us online. And for people in this conference, please stay with us for a while after the program. The show closed because we will do some group photography later after this. And now I think it's time to say goodbye, and we have one more episode remaining tomorrow, which is about guidance teacher. And I think it's going to be very interesting and meaningful as always. So see you again in our next episode. Goodbye. สวัสดีครับ
อาจไม่เคยได้ถามอาจจะยังไม่รู้แต่ถ้าถามครูและคุณจะรู้จะเข้าใจอาจไม่เคยได้ถามหรืออาจจะยังไม่เห็นสิ่งที่ครูเป็นก็อยากให้คุณได้เข้าใจ
Okay.